we are here talking with Kelly O'Connell, the owner operator of Lighthouse Keepers. We're at Lighthouse Keepers Pantry here in Yarmouth Port.
Yes.
Today we're also going to be talking about Cooking with Care, which is a program under the umbrella of Care for the Cape and Islands. We're a nonprofit organization with a leading message of creating a responsible environment here on the Cape. Kelly has agreed to sit down and talk a little bit about what's happening with her business, and you can hear in the background, we are live and in person. So, Kelly, I'm going to turn it over to you to talk a little bit about who you are, what your background is, and to brag a little bit about what you've been doing here.
Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate the invitation. My name is Kelly O'Connell. My business partner, Greg Bilzekan, and I opened our business, Lighthouse Keepers, about 2.5 years ago now. We've been here at the Lighthouse Keepers Pantry for just over 2 years as well. And we couldn't be luckier to call this our home. But our business started as a gourmet food business, and my background is in product development for different lifestyle brands, including food. I worked for brands like Martha Stewart, The Pioneer Woman, Emeril Lagasse. I worked with companies like Walmart, Macy's, QVC, among others, and developing foods under those different brand names. So my experience and background is really gives me a lot to build on as we started our business here. And what started our business really was during the COVID pandemic when my job went remote. I came back to Cape Cod. I had been living in New York City for a long time. So I came back to my roots here at home on the Cape in Yarmouth Port and started making jam for my father, who eats a lot of toast. And since then, that's really how our business started, was just making jam for my dad.
That's a great story. I like that.
So I started selling jam in our front yard as something to do to pass the time, knowing how many people were walking up and down Route 6A to get out of their homes. And it has transitioned from a jam business to selling all sorts of gourmet foods. We have over 30 SKUs, many of which are inspired by the Cape and our lifestyle here.
That's great.
The brand is inspired by myself and Greg's love for Sandy Neck Beach and the lighthouse there. So that's what the Lighthouse Keeper's name came from. It was inspired by the idea of how a lighthouse keeper would have spent their time in a particular place like Sandy Neck, where it was a desolate barrier beach, and how they would have spent their time in the winters, either provisioning for their home or how they would have used the local agriculture to create foods like jam. So, for example, beach plum jelly or blueberry jam. Wild blueberries grow there, cranberries grow there. So a lot of our flavors and recipes are inspired by the local agriculture here on the Cape.
Well, you know, I have a couple of questions for you, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is, was your jam good?
It was excellent. It is excellent.
Okay.
Currently, we have about 10 flavors that we sell today.
So that's one of the reasons that we're here today, is that a local food producer has available her homemade, what would be under normal circumstances, homemade auspices. But at the same time, I do notice on the shelves that there are a number of brands that are not Lighthouse Keepers. Mm-hmm. So there's some support for people who do make products who may not have the opportunity to have them available retail. How does that work?
So we work with different local companies, like, for example, Cape and Islands Tea is one of our partners. Not only do we sell their tea as part of our beverage service at the pantry, but we also sell their bagged teas here, and they are also based in Yarmouth Port. Whenever we're starting to assort our shop in terms of our gourmet food assortment, we start with an idea of, okay, we want to sell tea or we want to sell granola. We start with an idea of a category, and then we search for who's making that locally. Mm-hmm. If we can't find it from someone on the Cape, then we expand to Massachusetts, and then we expand to New England.
That's great.
And so we start small and sort of expand our borders as needed, but we always try to support the local first. So we have everything from chocolate bars from Tequesset. We have granola from Cape Cod Granola and Andrea's Kitchen. We sell salty oats cookies. So as much local as we can support, we do.
That is absolutely. So I want you to brag a little bit and talk about that cranberry hot sauce.
Yeah, so this cranberry lime hot sauce is definitely our most popular item. It is
Wait, repeat that again. What's your most popular item?
Cranberry lime hot sauce.
Oh boy, does that sound good.
So flavors you might not consider the first thing that came to your head when you think hot sauce, but this is a sweet and savory hot sauce. It holds a mild to medium heat depending on the person. We use habanero peppers in here, but the primary ingredient really is cranberries. And what is really exciting for us is that we have developed relationships with local cranberry farmers, and we take cranberries grown on the Cape, and we send them to our kitchen where we produce our products, and they're using them literally fresh from the ground here. We just shipped about 1,000 pounds of cranberries over to our co-packer about 3 weeks ago, and just today received 2,400 jars of this cranberry hot sauce made with this year's cranberry harvest from Chatham. So we love that we can support our local farmers and use the local cranberries that we grow here on the Cape. And you'll find a lot of cranberry products on our menu here. We make cranberry muffins. We make cranberry butter, honey butter, actually. It's delicious. We also do cranberry apple jam. We make a cranberry ketchup, which is amazing.
Oh my God.
We try to use as much cranberry as possible, including a cranberry horseradish sauce that we use on our menu and our roast beef sandwich. So our concept for our menu at the cafe here at the Pantry is that we use as many of our condiments and gourmet foods on the menu.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, we use the jams in the muffins or on scones or in breakfast sandwiches. Or on our lunch sandwiches. We make our salad dressings from homemade. A lot of our salad dressings are actually made with the honey that we get from our bees. That we have 18 beehives here on the Cape that we get between Barnstable, Dennis, and Yarmouth. And the honey that we collect from our hives not only goes into our wholesale line that you can find at stores around the Cape, but we also use it here on our menu as well.
So the reality is that we'd be hard pressed to find something not from Cape Cod.
There definitely are a few things, but we love to support our local community first and then expand our borders from there.
Any plans for expansion?
We would love to expand with the right opportunity, and we're looking all the time. There's no shortage of ideas that happening up here. So as you know, we always are coming up with something new. I always have ideas cooking in my back pocket. So it just depends. We'd love to open another location. We'd love to expand our line. We currently have 30 SKUs in our assortment, and we sell to over 300 stores nationwide. So you can actually go to Alaska and find our products on shelves in stores in Hawaii, California, Florida, Texas, you name it. We are really widely distributed nationally, and we're growing very quickly, and it's really exciting.
Well, I have to tell you, I think that if you're buying any fresh products that are not coming out of Lighthouse Keepers and Lighthouse Keepers Pantry, you're making a mistake. Kelly, thank you so much for taking a few minutes today, the week before Thanksgiving, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Creating a responsible environment that spells care.